Now, as mentioned just in the last half hour, reports in the Daily Telegraph that the Australian swimmer Shayna Jack has now been officially notified she's going to be suspended for swimming for 4 years after failing a doping test. The Telegraph says Australia's anti-doping agency is going to impose the maximum penalty here. Shayna Jack tested positive to the muscle-building drug Ligandrol at a swimming training camp. She faces the standard sanction for drugs classified as anabolic agents unless she can prove her innocence, and she's certainly maintaining that. Her lawyers are expected to argue that her positive samples were caused by contamination.
Members of the Dolphins walked off the plane from South Korea straight into the scandal surrounding their teammate. Shayna Jack wasn't with them. The 20-year-old sent home from a training camp after testing positive to the banned bodybuilding supplement Ligandrol. Her coach is standing by the swimmer.
I'm staying by Shayna. Yeah, she's my swimmer and I believe in Shayna. 20-year-old girl going through a very, very tough time and she doesn't have an answer yet. She just doesn't know.
Jack maintains she unknowingly ingested the substance, either through contaminated supplements or food. She'll present that defence during an ASADA hearing on Friday.
I've got some great people around us and I just need to get in contact with Shayna and I really got to go through the process.
The anti-doping authority is being criticised for not going public with the positive drug test sooner. It's revealed it was investigating whether a third party is involved. That forced Swimming Australia to deny a cover-up. The saga unfolded after Mac Horton's controversial podium protest against Chinese swimmer Sun Yang.
Mac, even with the knowledge from now, he will do the same. We are bound by confidentiality, such are the rules, whether we like it or not.
Australian swimming champion Libby Trickett says the fact Sun Yang was allowed to compete despite a looming hearing over a blood vial being destroyed shows hypocrisy from swimming's world government body.
The hypocrisy. Shayna Jack was sent home immediately once she returned that positive sample. She wasn't allowed to compete. Sun Yang has a hearing that is about to happen in September and yet he was allowed to compete.
The Australian swim team's head coach says that while the swimmers were shocked by Shayna Jack's positive test results, they weren't distracted, returning home with a sweep of medals and 2 world records, though it appears those victories have been overshadowed by the doping case. Jack's coaches are hoping a legitimate reason for the substance being in her body is found, but concede the saga could drag on for months. Anna Rawlings, Sky News, Brisbane.